Hi everyone, welcome to my channel once again. Today we are going to talk about Linux file structure. Now, you might have traversed through various folders but might not know the purpose behind those. We are going to dig in little deep and discuss about that. I have created an architecture for you to understand better, because as a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer, it is very important to search for correct configuration file, understand the access right, the root user, the root files, and so on and so forth. So without any further delay, let me start. And if you can see, it is connected successfully. We will be using EC2 instance connect for now. The name of my user is Ubuntu, just to let you know, and here we go. All right. Okay, so this is where you start from. Okay, so let me see where we are. We are in the user Ubuntu, and let's see how many folders we have. Okay, so this was the folder I created for my practice. So this is a kind of home screen that you have on your computer. In this, it's home/Ubuntu. Now, let me show you what I have created here. Okay, now this is, I'm sorry for the rough diagram, this is the root that we talk about. Root, and it is signified by the sign this. Okay, now let me increase the size. Okay, now starting from the root, we have these many folders: bin, boot, etc, opt, user, home, library, sbin, if you remember bin and sbin, temp, var, and boot. Okay, now let me see how many folders do we have. So first of all, we will go to the root of the architecture, and it's something like cd/. So so coming back, as you can see that to go to your root, you need to click on cd/, and we are in the root. Root means the topmost. Okay, so let's see the path. It will give us pretty clear information. That's awesome. Now let's check the files and folders in this. If you can see, we have so many files and folders, but we are going to focus on bin, boot, etc, lib, library, media, opt, root, sbin, snap, sys. Well, I'm going to cover everything so that you can understand what we are going to, but majorly these are the folders that you need to focus here. Okay, so let's start from bin. Okay, now before going to bin, let's check who am I, right? Do I have the access as a user or as a root? So as I told you, my username is my machine name is Ubuntu. I am accessing this platform as a user. All right, so anyway, let's go to the bin. Oh, what just happened? Well, these are your commands. So I hope you understood that what is the purpose of bin. It consists of various type of files and folders, mostly written in C or mostly in 62-bit LSB executable files. Okay, so you cannot open them. You can dig in deep and try to understand what is happening in here, but these are mostly shell commands that you use to work on your operating system. Okay, so let's move ahead and move to the different folder. Okay, all right, now let's try sbin. Cd sbin. Now sbin and bin are similar, except sbin is for root users. So whenever you see that a particular command is not executable, or it is showing permission denied, it is because it is in the sbin folder and only root user has that access. Okay, so make sure that if you are well aware of the shell commands, you will understand all these commands: log save, log setup. These are the commands that can be used only by the root user. Now let's move ahead. Okay, my bad. Okay, so we are now trying home. So you can see it is a user. So all the if you create more users, you will find all the list of users here. It consists of home directories of users. Okay, now let's move to the root one. See, I cannot access the root because it is for the root user. So let's try to get myself. So if you can see, when I access root using root user access, I was able to do that. Let's see what's in that. I'm not digging in this snap thing. Snap is actually a folder which holds packages and other applications installed in the system. I'm not going to dig in deep because it is not required right now in this video. It is out of the scope of the video, but feel free to explore more. Coming back to the var folder. Okay, now what is var? By the name suggests, as you can see, it consists of all the variable data: backups, cache, library, local, log, mail, spool, run, opt. So it consists of variables that are being created during application running, or the caches and everything. It is important for DevOps, for messages, security, system log. So when the system breaks, you come here and you check what is going wrong by checking the logs and the crashes, right? Okay, now let's come to temp cdtmp ls. Oops, what is it? Now these are temporary files. Anyone can write here. It is good for testing, temporary downloads, session specific. Okay, so as you can see, for this session, these are the files. When you switch on to a different session, it will go away. All right, it can be another set of files and folders. So it is just for access, for testing and all. Okay, now this is not proc, this is process. This is a process folder. As you can see, the numbers and everything, it is the process that you can see running. It's not a normal directory, it's virtual. Okay, the numbers that you are seeing are process IDs, and each folder here that you can see is a running process. Okay, so let's move to the another one. Now by dev, I don't mean developer, I mean devices. So these are the devices that are connected with the system. When you create volumes, it will be shown here. Okay, everything in Linux is treated as a file, as I told you. So these are files, but actually these are disks or external volumes that are there. Okay, so when we will create EBS volume, it will be visible here. Now let's move to mount and media. Okay, you can see mount is empty because we don't have any external volume attached to it. Let's move to media. It is also empty, I guess. Yes, it is empty. So when we attach EBS volumes, it is reflected here in mount and media. Okay. Now you will also say it will be visible in devices. Yes, but in devices there are many other things. But when you mount EBS, it was going to be visible here. So it is a perfect place to demonstrate volume management. Okay. Now library 64. When you enter into the user library, you will see it's library directories. Okay. It is a shared functionality where multiple programs depend on. So these libraries hold the resources which are required by certain programs to run. Now sys, as I told you, SYS is the place where actually the kernel and a module and bus and everything, the computer architecture, the things that are required to run a computer are located. FYI, since you are a root user, you are able to view these. If you access as a normal user, you may be able to view these, but you'll not be able to enter or edit these. Okay. So we covered most of these, I think. Let's try this one. It is a special directory created when a Linux file system is formatted using tools like certain tools. Okay. So it is a file system repair tool, and you only can, as a root user, you can view these. All right. So I think most of the file systems are covered in this. I hope this video helped. Now I have touched base the most important file systems here, bin, boot. Now boot, okay. So boot is the place where your system loads. Okay. So grub is a grand unified bootloader. It is a bootloading program, right? So it is where the computer starts. This starts running. So as the name suggests, boot is for running the code, opening or booting the system altogether. And yeah, I hope this is pretty clear to you all. I think we covered all. So this is the major, these files and folders are the major important things that you need to look as a DevOps engineer. I will complete this image and I will add it in my learning resource, which will help you understand better. Now it's your job to understand more deeper, and yeah, so let me know how you like this video. To let me know if you need any other suggestions. Link of all the GitHub repository, important videos and resources for you to study is listed below. So keep learning, keep doing the hands-on, keep growing. Thank you very much.